Kevin, you've got a really strong brand, so I probably know the answer to this already, but how important is branding in business?
I think it's massive.
Yeah.
I've said before, I worked with the best in the business in terms of Dale Norton, and he instilled brand into us all, very early on. So when I set my own business up, it's quite a big thing, because you think, you're designing your logo, and what is your brand? Is your brand your logo, and whatever? And I ended up, as you know, obviously engaging with a creative agency. Spent far too much money, probably got way carried away with it. But the branding is critical. I'm very particular in terms of how our brand is used, both online, offline, every possible touch point. It's got to be a high quality. If we've got to get it across in the right way. So we won't do anything on the cheap. But the brand for me is much more than just the logo. It's the tone of voice document.
It really is,
Has everyone got a tone of voice document for their business? That for me, when I first sort of got the quote for it way back in the day, I was thinking, God, that's a lot of money. But it's the most pivotal document alongside our brand guidelines.
Absolutely.
So I'm a massive advocate of that. And the people and the culture, that's the brand. So when we gel all that together, of course it's important. I'm a massive. I buy it.
Absolutely, and I think so. What I often find is when we is just how long a good branding or brand refresh or brand identity or how long that lasts. It can last up to like 10 years plus, and you think people, the amount of return on investment people get from investing on that, in those early days. It is absolutely massive.
It's really funny you say that, because we had a marketing meeting the other day in our office, and we were looking back through documents that we'd long forgotten that were buried in our server. We thought, God, that's like really, really good. And sometimes, because we see brand all the time, we think we've got to keep sort of playing around with it or tinkering with it. And actually, the thing we've massively learned, and certainly the last 2 years, is leave it alone. And let it sort of percolate through. And done well in the first place, and following a pattern and a theme, you get massive benefit from it.
I think quite often some of the best sort of brand refreshes, when you go back and reassess a brand, are actually the ones that where instead of adding more to it, you're actually sort of stripping back and working out what has and hasn't worked, and has the business matured, and quite often you actually sort of come away with less assets than you previously had, and that can actually clear a direction of what's right and what's wrong. And just simplify things.
Somebody said this to me last year. We were out in MIPIM, and I was talking to a marketing company, and we're talking about our sort of my passion for marketing and what we do. And they used this comment, which was, it sounds like you're in danger of getting into refine and spoil mode.
And
there does, when you sort of look at it, you think, I'm trying to change it for the sake of it, and it doesn't need it. Stick with what was, was really, really good. A short time back.
That's brilliant. I've not heard that one before. You have to,
refine and spoil.
fantastic. Brilliant. Thank you, Kevin. That's fantastic.
Pleasure. Thanks.